Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how are you today? Before we get started, if you haven't signed up for our newsletter yet, please do so. All the information you're going to need is in the description box below, along with my email address and Trish's email address, so you can get a hold of us at any time, even if you just need to talk, okay? And also in the description box are some very interesting links that I put in there, along with links to items that I have bought for my preps. Also, links to small businesses that are owned by people in our community. Okay? So, grab your coffee, maybe a snack or two, and let's get on with it, okay? So, this email was sent to me by one of my favorite gals in Tampa, okay? And she works at a place called Smart Shopper. And she always gives me the best updates when it comes to like groceries and things like that, and what's going on with supply chain shortages and things like that, okay? And she said, "Good afternoon, Prepper family. I was at work yesterday and we had a sale. And I'm noticing some people are waking up and some are stuck in the twilight zone." I think we're always going to have some that are just, with the continuation of the blinders, they're not seeing the big picture and what's really going on around them. It's really sad. But she said, "I talked to the delivery driver that delivered a half order, and he said people are not ready for what's coming. For what is coming." And I asked him, "Well, what do you mean?" And he said, "Buy everything that you can right now." He was told some trucking companies will only work on half schedules, because they are trying to cut costs on gas. Then he said private truckers will be very selective. We received an email from one of our meat vendors. Our cost is going up. Unfortunately, we had to raise some prices on products, even though we are at least 50% lower than other stores. People are going off on us cashiers like it's our fault. We struggle just like you. I had to call the cops on a lady who went as far as to... Are you kidding me? She spit in your face? We need to top off on all of our preps and be prepared, be safe, and be kind. Much love and prayers to y'all. She spit in your face for what? It's like as if you own the corporation that you work for. As if you own that store, and as if you have total control on what goes on. It's like you set the prices. Oh. You know what? If I have nothing going on tomorrow, I'm going to try and make it down to you, okay? Yesterday, I couldn't even upload yesterday. I had so much going on. I had 2 doctor's appointments. Plus, I had to get the car into Dave, over a consumer. I needed an oil change and a tune-up. Got the tires rotated. I got everything done on the car. And... And then I had to do so much running around because my doctor put me on 3 more medications. So now I'm up to 8 medications. Stephanie Joe Roundtree, call me, please, because she put me on a second heart medication. So now I take 2 heart medications because my tachycardia is it's out of control. And my blood pressure is out of control. And my RLS, help, please. Okay, you're my go-to, my herbalist, please. Okay, I'm dying over here, please. So then on to this. Okay, Um, it, I had asked you guys, what was it, Sunday, about your utility bills. What are you seeing with your electric bills? Okay, and one of you had emailed me and said, yeah, that your electric bill went up $100, and that was in West Tennessee. And I'm like, wow, that jumped. That's a big jump. That's a huge jump from 1 month to the next. $100. That's a little too high. And then another one of you had emailed me and said this. Several years ago, I learned that cable boxes can use as much power as your refrigerator. And when I read this initially, I'm like, who would have known that? I would have never even known that. That's, a cable box is what, this big? Compared to a refrigerator that's taller than me. Well, granted, I'm only 5'3", but you know, I mean, that's a big jump right there. And she said the cable company does not care because they are not paying your power bill. Well, yeah, what the hell do they care, you know? Typically, most houses have 2 to 3 of these boxes and leave them on 24/7. Now, I don't have cable. You know, I mean, we have, you know, everything running through, you know, like we have smart TVs. I know, but we do. Okay, so we have Peacock and Hulu and stuff like that, you know, so along with the Wi-Fi, it can run up your bill. I put all of my TVs, cable box modem, and Wi-Fi on power strips. Smart cookie. When we go to bed or leave the house, everything gets shut off. I did this 3 years ago and saw a $30 drop in my bill. The next thing I did was contact my trash company. They have a 64-gallon trash can for a savings of $24 per 3-month bill. If you are cooking from scratch and using the recycle bin, this option might work for you. I only end up with 2 bags of trash per week. The small container can fit 3 bags. The third thing I did for water, most people turn on the shower and wait for the hot water. I started putting a 5-gallon bucket in the bathtub. After 2.5 gallons, the hot water was across the house for my shower. I use the water in my garden. I like your thinking. If you have a tankless water heater, I think you should look into all the stories in Texas. Everyone that had a tankless water heater stopped working after the Great Freeze 2 years ago. Here in California, we have been getting more and more bike lanes on heavy used roads. The plan to get you out of your car has been in play for a long time. If you need your car, you had better redo your budget. Good luck to all, and remember the agenda. You will own nothing and love it. That is the end game, to steal your wealth. Don't let them. I love the way you think. I really do. You're like a genius. No kidding. So here's some pictures coming at you. So this subscriber said she caught a sale at her locally owned grocery store. T-bone steak, $4.97 a pound. Well, that is a good price. Going back tomorrow before the sale goes off and get more. 6 gas stations in our community are totally out of gas. Not sure when they'll get a delivery. Thank the Lord we watch you and other prepper channels. Thank you for being here. We filled up everything Friday, including 4 extra 5-gallon gas cans. Have a fantastic and blessed rest of the day. Okay. Wow, you get it, girl. Love it. Okay, so this email was sent to me by my favorite gal pal in the UK, all right? And she said, people may or may not know that Ukraine has called for foreign citizens to go to the Ukraine to help them in the fight against the current invasion. This news article I have says that the UK's Foreign Secretary, Liz Truss, Truss, fully supports any UK citizen going to the Ukraine to help fight against the Russians. More news outlets have now picked this up. And this story now, so there are several articles about this online, but here's a link to one of them. Okay, so that's in the description box, okay? After reading the article, the first thing that came to my mind was the word unbelievable. Then the alarm bells started ringing loudly in my head. To my knowledge, the last time British citizens were asked, encouraged, and supported by government to get involved in any war was WW2. British citizens have not been encouraged or supported to get involved in any subsequent wars that have occurred since. So what is the difference this time? That is the question that repeatedly keeps going around in my head since reading these articles. And while I have no definite answer, I certainly have a few ideas. Those alarm bells just won't quit ringing, and I have a bad feeling about the situation between the Ukraine and Russia. Also today, I saw a short news video from WION News YouTube channel with the title, Belarus, nuclear threat to the West, will deploy nuclear weapons if Poland and Lithuania do it. What on earth is going on here, I ask? Belarus is bringing Poland and Lithuania into this by mentioning their countries and then threatening nuclear action. The former Polish Foreign and Defense Minister interviewed claims that Belarus has no nuclear weapons, so WTF. So that link is in the description box. Having followed events over the weekend, all I see going on in the world's media are a lot of threats from different nations, along with a lot of accusations and mudslinging. These demented creatures are supposed to be world leaders, and this is the bullshit they're engaging in instead of trying to sort out diplomatically and peacefully. Back in the summer of 2020, I had said to a few of my friends that the whole world was in big trouble, that the Rona was just the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, it is. And there are far more worse things coming further down the line, and so far I haven't been proved wrong. As I said earlier, I have a very bad feeling about current events, and while I don't want to be the voice of doom, I can see this all easily escalating and possibly turning into a WW3. You're not the only one to say that. If that happens, then all hell is going to break loose on Earth, and I hope and pray to God I'm wrong, is all I can say. However, just a few things as food for thought here. One, the whole world has their eyes fixed on Ukraine, and everyone is watching and hearing what's going on. What is it that they're trying to distract from us now? I find it extremely suspicious that within a few short weeks, all of the the Rona mandates and restrictions being lifted in the UK, and now we have this next new crisis, and due to this new crisis, Rona very much now takes a back seat, and now not much is being mentioned about it in our MSM. How very convenient. Number 3, could it be that what's happening between Russia and Ukraine is yet another Bible prophecy coming to pass? Whether people believe it or not, it clearly tells us in the book of Revelations that you will hear of wars, and rumors of wars, and nation shall rise against nation. It also tells us not to fear, because these things must come to pass, in which case there is nothing anyone can do, and everything is in God's hands, not ours, contrary to what mankind thinks. And I'm going to leave it there. Much love to you, and like you always say, keep prepping and fear less. This is now more important than ever. Yeah, that's why I always say it. Fear less. You can be fearless all you want, but you must fear less. You must. There's only so much we can do, but you must fear less. It's so important. It's so important. It really, truly is so important. So, I'm going to put these pictures in for you, okay? She said, this is a local HEB, H-E-B, in Burleson, Texas. Shelves were pretty wiped out. The cashier asked me, what were all the beans for? I told her there's a storm coming. Are you joking? Another cashier questioning. What is the grocery store the new interrogation room? Asking for a friend. This is getting ridiculous now, okay? Holy cow. Look at these pictures. And now for a commercial break. Okay, so this was sent to me. She said, I used to work out on the road in the heat. My coworkers and I use these handheld misters with fans. Since power bills are going to skyrocket, this is something I just added to my preps. Thought you could share this with the community. Okay, so I'm going to get the link, okay, and I will put it in the description box below for you, okay? Okay, so there's more links in the description box below because a subscriber sent these to me, okay? And he said, watch Hollywood Goes to Ukraine. Hugo talks on YouTube. Actors for WEF, Agenda Next Phase Propaganda to Instill Next Step. He said, what's going on? What's the agenda? Where's the proof? First we had a pandemic agenda. Now we have a war agenda. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's an operation, but something is weird being played out here. Yeah. Okay. Then this email came to me, and she said, my husband works for a large power company, and today they were told there are no more underground transformers available. They will have to dig them up from subdivisions that are not completed yet and use them where needed. This is getting very concerning. Huh. That is concerning. It's very concerning. So then this was sent to me along with 3 pictures. And the subscriber said, well, from a previous post, we can now include Russia. Here are some attachments. Where next? Is this the start of a great reset? Looks like a new pandemic via cyber. Bank run fever is now the new pandemic of 2020. You can catch it from an ATM near you on a bank premises. Let's watch which countries have an outbreak. And the first picture says, I wouldn't want to keep money in a bank that can't access the SWIFT system. Once a bank can't transfer or receive funds from other banks, its solvency can be at risk. If I were Russian, I would take my money out now. Bank runs could begin in Russia. Huh. Look at these. Oh boy. Okay. These guys. Time for another commercial break. Okay, so this was sent to me, another run-in with another cashier. Cashier said, hi, would you like bags? I said, yeah, please. Cashier says, wow, you have a full cart. And smart arse me said, yeah, my husband said I lost too much weight and my arse shrunk. He said, go get every food craving you have and eat it up. And the cashier had no response. Deer in headlights expression. Me laughing while my teenagers are cringing at my don't give a darn answer. Have a blessed day. These guys. So then this was sent to me. This is, I'm going to put this in before I go. Today is, they went to Costco and saw this. This is Japanese meat. I guess what I found it, and if I had dentures, I would have dropped my lower plate. What the? Oh, come on. Who the hell would pay for that? And she said she saw this also on Alaska Prepper, but she also found it in Costco. That's absurd, guys. All right, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you. All right, I'll see you in the next one. I love you. Stay safe, stay positive, keep prepping, keep smiling and laughing, and as always, fearless.